I'd like to begin by praising God for the 356 people who volunteered for 40 Days for Life. I want to thank all of you. I said a month ago that was our opportunity to serve other people and get nothing in return. Now, maybe you did get something in return, but that wasn't the point. And so today we're going to continue with this theme of serving and getting nothing in return, because Jesus says, "No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." Jesus here is talking about the perfection of love. So love is perfect when we give and we expect nothing in return. This is why we admire people who dedicate their lives completely to other people and expect nothing back. We like contributing to other people. We want to see them happy. So we're going to look at the first reading. It's about Moses' call, and it's to bring his people to God. Now, at this point in Moses' life, he is a shepherd. Presumably, life is dull, and he leads his flock to Mount Horeb, and the text says, "There the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire out of a bush, and the bush was blazing, yet it was not consumed." This is Moses' first supernatural encounter with God. And then notice this very first time, God expresses concern for his people. It says, God says, "I have observed the misery of my people who are in Egypt. Indeed, I know their sufferings, and I have come down to deliver them. So come, I will send you to Pharaoh to bring my people out of Egypt." The point, obviously, is when we encounter Jesus, we're supposed to share his concern for other people. We're supposed to help other people the way he has helped us. And then for those of us who have made Jesus the center of our life, at some point, we want to start making his mission, rooting it at the center of our identity. Now, Moses objects. He says, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" Moses doubts himself. In the very next chapter, he says that he's a poor speaker. He thinks that makes him not good enough to serve. Now, in a similar way, we might also have certain self-doubts. We might doubt our abilities. We might lack self-confidence. We might even suffer from a bit of laziness. Does anyone remember I talked about this word consumer with regard to faith? Does anyone remember I've talked about kind of being a consumer Catholic? So I have a friend who's a Protestant pastor, and one time over lunch, he said jokingly, but also seriously, he says to me, "Oh, Protestants, they're all consumers." And I said, well, that applies, of course, just as much to us Catholics. Because there is this temptation, we can go to Mass, take and receive, but then not give, not get involved, and not help other people. Years ago, I told you this story about St. Francis de Sales, and I like this story because I find it very motivating. So at the time, there was this nun who was very holy, had this reputation for being very close to God, and she had mystical experiences. So St. Francis is sent to investigate. He goes to her convent, it's very rainy, and when he enters, he sits down and he asks the sister, "Sister, would you mind helping me take my boot offs?" And his boots were muddy. And she declines. And so he says, "She's a fake," and walks out. He knew her mystical visions were not from God. How? Because she didn't serve. And I like that story because I don't want my faith to be fake, right? Because true faith means we serve other people. Now, to Moses' credit, he's aware he has this resistance in his heart, and he asks God for help. So he says, if I come to the Israelites and say to them, 'The God of your ancestors has sent me to you,' and they ask me, 'What is his name?' what shall I say to them?" God said to Moses, "I am who I am. I am has sent me to you." God also said to Moses, "Thus you shall say to the Israelites, 'The Lord, the God of your ancestors, has sent me to you. This is my name forever." Now, we have said many, many times, to know God's name signifies intimacy. Because think about our family and friends who don't believe in God. If they need God's help, they actually can't call on him by name. They don't know his name. So in the ancient world, there were many gods, and they all had different names. Now here, the one true God, he reveals, he has two names. Do you see the two names? First name, I am who I am. Theologians have reflected on this very important statement for centuries, realizing when God says this, he's actually saying, I am existence itself. I am being itself. So the very next phrase, I am has sent me to you, you could change that to say, being itself, existence itself has sent me to you. So that's God's first name. His second, the Lord, the God of your ancestors, has sent me to you. This is my name forever. This is what we might call a relational name. So God is the God of his people. His name is in relation to other people. So you might also say that we, each of us, probably have two names. So Justin is my baptismal name, and then Father is my relational name. I am a father to people. I'm supposed to lay down my life so that others live. If any of you are called mom and dad, that's clearly a relational name because you're a mom and dad to someone. That means you're supposed to love them and bring them to perfection. If we are a brother and sister, that means we're supposed to serve, literally, our brothers and sisters. So we're still in our series right now on the 5 systems of a church. And today we're looking at ministry, which we'd also call service. Our first service, obviously, is to our family. God has put our family into our lives. We're meant to serve and love them. And we're just always trying to serve them even better. But next, we want to think about our parish family because it is a real family. And we even want to think beyond that. Now, today, I just want to give a bit of gratitude to some groups and volunteers who don't get a lot of love. So first of all, you'll notice the people today giving out the name tags. That's a service, a beautiful one. You'll notice hospitality team. They serve every week. It's very beautiful. A number of us would see people downstairs in the kitchen, for Alpha, faith studies, all these groups. They're come early, cook and serve other people. And of course, CWL, they serve us once a month with their cafe. In terms of corporal works of mercy, there's a number of people who visit the sick and some people who serve on the Vancouver downtown east side at The Door is Open. If you ever feel called to serve in one of these ministries, please just talk to someone at hospitality. They will help. On January 5th, we showed this graphic. And the question I asked everyone is Jesus' mission, not Jesus, but is his mission outside of our life, a part of our life, or at the center of my life? The graphic here you can see is divine mercy. Now we usually show the cross to indicate is Jesus at the center of our life. Here we're using divine mercy. The rays coming from Jesus' chest indicate his love that is poured forth to the world. And so when we serve other people, we're trying to bring Jesus' mercy to them. Now on June 8th, Pentecost Sunday, I'm going to ask everyone this question. We're going to ask for the show of hands. This is going to be kind of our baseline measurement. And just think, what answer would you give? Is Jesus' mission outside of your life? Is it a part? Or is it at the center? Is it at the center of our identity? Because Jesus wants us to love other people the way he does. Now, when Jesus' mission is at the center, it doesn't mean you serve perfectly. It doesn't mean you serve 24 hours a day. You have to rest and nourish yourself. The main thing we're talking about here is the hunger. I just hunger to love other people, to bring them Jesus' mercy. And I want to become like Jesus in his mission. So we all love to see people happy. We love contributing to other people. The point is not to get anything out of it. The point is to imitate Jesus in his love.